It's a journey. How would you feel if I was like this? It's Tupac.
than obviously than Sky Clark is, right? Mixing being with that true point guard thing is he is very, very effective at getting people good looks because he draws a lot of eyeballs to him. He puts a lot of heat on the defense, right? Here's the thing, Steve, we have some good players. We have let's use this example.
Right, Texter. We got to play it out.
That's funny.
Played in and played out. Yes.
Curtis Williams Jr., for example, right? Trey White. Trey White gets better looks sometimes when Tyler is out there versus Sky Clark, right?
You know what? Ironically, I think Trey White gets less looks, which makes
better.
The team better.
No, he gets his own looks when he wants them. But I was making an example.
I know.
Curtis Williams Jr., he's kind of when you bring in freshmen, they're at the same speed. they're at the same understanding. They're on campus, you know, kind of they just connect a little different, you know, because they're learning the college game kind of simultaneously. So we're experiencing the same things. So being at Tyler as a facilitator, I understand what people are saying when Sky is out there and they out there together. I do understand, you know, the strength of that, but I also understand, hey, sometimes it's not Sky's opportunity to be at the 2 spot and get off. You know, sometimes you need a lineup where you get Mike James and Curtis Williams Jr., you know, and some other guys. JJ gets better looks. So I understand what you're saying. You know, Tyler can make the other players a lot more effective sometimes without the lineup of Sky and Tyler. But yes, closing time.
Time.
Next break.
Sorry.
But it's good to get, you know, like closing times lineup is Sky and Tyler on the floor. So I you know,
yes, I agree with you.
I understand what you're saying with the lineup thing. That is your best lineup, but you don't just get to put your best lineup out there and just let them go.
No, but I do think there's something to pulling Mike James out of the starting lineup and inserting. Okay, pulling Mike and Trey out of the starting lineup and inserting. Hear me out. Don't look at me weird. Inserting Caleb and Tyler. I think that there is. Caleb showed me a lot of. Now Caleb's not perfect and he makes mistakes. I'm not saying he should get the bulk of the minutes. I'm not saying that, but there's something about those two's energy immediately. I don't think it would be crazy. I thought JJ was pretty good last night. I haven't said that a lot this year. Like he's made me. By the way, the possession he got the reverse dunk, best possession of the year. Best possession of the year. Passing. I mean, to the rim, wrap around.
Yeah,
corner,
I would have rather
swing.
him use the glass.
Yeah, hey, 2 points, 2 points. I've been trying to tell you for years. What if he just turned around? And
yeah, JJ, use the glass, please.
Well,
JJ, what kind of behind the back stuff? This is important possessions, JJ.
The spirit of Coach Crum was in there last night.
You're just back dunking. Oh, you could have gotten a technical foul, JJ.
Best possession of the year, though, in my opinion.
That was a good possession.
But
Sky Clark's pass wasn't as clean as it should have been.
Pretty clean.
With a little hesitation there.
Well, and he did something that Brandon struggled with and just caught it. You know, Brandon was better.
It was a great play.
Yeah.
Look, so one of the JJ family right now is they're punching the wall because they could not wait for me to talk about how good he
was good last night. He was good around the rim. He was good in finishing. JJ hit some big buckets last night with just getting in the paint, making a move, and going up and scoring. I mean, I got a lot of credit to JJ last night. But
we'll see in a great segment.
I kind of like inserting the thought of pulling Mike out of that starting lineup and seeing if, because we need Mike's in a funk or something. He's not productive right now.
We're going to do more lineup in the second hour because I want to go into a lineup, like a really detailed coverage of the lineups, you know, of what they're bringing to the table and how you're going to have to connect the lineups, how you're going to adjust the schedule. Listen, I had a lot of hope early too when I saw the quick substitutions, you know, so that's going to kind of lead us into our lineup conversation. But first, let me take this call. Chris, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away. Chilling.
What up, man?
Let's
awesome. Go. I believe it, man. That's fair. That's fair. That's a good retort. Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad. Well, okay, but let me fire back with this. What if we start Tyler and then we pull Quran out of the crowd at the under 16. That's fair. That's a good retort for sure. I agree with that.
Right.
Yeah. 3 minutes. God. Let's do it, baby.
Chris, be safe on the road. Yeah, for sure. He's an animal.
Yeah, 3 minutes. Charity be like, what is going on tonight?
What's gotten into you?
Yeah. This is insane.
Oh, Steve, I've been so rough on the blocking, and I can tell my brain is purifying itself.
Yeah.
Because I see that one, and I'm just like, I just want to block you right there.
This one?
Yeah.
No, I don't know, man.
No, it's just I
kind of with this one though.
Just the first 3 lines, I'm just like, we're wrapping up the hour, and just like you shoehorn that in at the end of the hour. I'm like, no, but yeah, of course I want to talk football.
Yeah, I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to talk a little football, man.
But we're at the end of the hour.
Well, we're not going to talk it like the second, but I might throw some football.
Rolling along, 9-3 down the Ville. What's wrong with 3 minutes?
I'll say 3 minutes.
Pound time.
If you saw that TikTok, that dude that's got his girl and she's just humping on the bed.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
You're only 45 seconds in.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Those are pretty good.
He's like, nah, give him that dick. He's like, give her that dick, baby.
Yeah. They do be so lazy with the subjects, man. Are the Dolphins Super Bowl contenders? You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Just golly.
The Cowboys and the Dolphins play. What would be the score? I'm telling you, just put the Cowboys up there and throw any other team.
I'm ready when you are. Wait, no. If you already got a break already timed out, it's fine.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
It's your show, man. We're just talking.
You're the producer. Produce.
Welcome back to the Bellarmine Breakdown with Chase. I thought he was good. Oh, yeah, no. No, let me be clear, Chase. I grade him on a curve anymore, where I'm so angry at him most of the time that I'm like, you weren't bad last night. Yeah, so I didn't care last year. I thought the players sucked. I don't know that they'll turn it around. I don't know that I even believe it this year, but I'm like, it could happen. Last year, it couldn't happen. So you're fine, Chase. He makes weird noises, and then we just move on. Just grunt like that and start looking around. Chase is like, what the hell's going on? Office. Chase, do you watch The Office? Okay, good. There's a scene, Andy, he always does the closing time when he's the manager about the same time every day, you know. There's a cold open where he does it, and it's just
it locks the song in your head.
Yeah. Like, boom, there it is.
Listen, let me remind everybody right now, before we roll along, the temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. If you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use here at the 93.9 Studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. One more special thanks to one of the newest members of the team, Kentuckiana Pump Sales people. As the inclement weather, as the harsher weather is upon us, there is nothing more important than your pump system. For every home, building, business, or municipality that all rely on the movement your pumps provide. The moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be thinking Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 35 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price, and it's right in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, of course. Or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Chase, a lot of people are enjoying the music today, so
take all credit.
They want you to know that Chase is doing his thing. So Chase is on the case.
You just couldn't help yourself, could you? You just could not help yourself.
Watch a lot of Paw Patrol.
How many times have you heard Chase is on the case in your life?
You're their favorite. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Just on principle.
Yeah, that's all I watch.
Mike James. Want to clean up the Mike James, Manny part of these substitutions?
I don't understand why Manny's not playing. That one bothers me a little bit. Okay.
I should have said this before you because I feel like that's a trap.
Okay, I'm listening.
And you would have stepped into it, and I know the basketball. I know exactly what the basketball brains are thinking over there.
Okay.
I'm not saying I agree with it, but I do know ahead of time what their retort to that Manny conversation was going to be.
Okay, I'm listening.
I would have told you when our record was 0-0, I would have said, I'd have went down the line and I would have said, when we play Bellarmine, Manny is not going to play a second. Mm-hmm. Steve, do you know what number 5 and number 2 would have did to Manny in the flopping world?
That's a good point.
Manny is susceptible to running over people and not even realizing he ran over people. They would have been hunting for Emmanuel Okorafor, and they would have been on the line every single time. Again,
no, it's fair. That's a good point.
Not that I agree.
Yeah.
Not that I agree, because I think this is you could sneak him out there for some minutes and get you some energy, stuff like that. But I knew from the jump, you're not going to put him out there. He's not a natural, switch guy on defense. Like Manny's one of those guys. You give him a 2 responsibilities and just go do those full team. Manny should be playing more. I would like to see Manny playing more. I believe he's earned more minutes than he's gotten. But there's no way in hell you were going to send him out there against a Scott Davenport Bellarmine team. And listen, I understand your other retort where you're going to say, well, I can't play him against Bellarmine. I can't play him against anybody. It's just it's just him. It's just oil and vinegar, whatever, oil and water. It's just a bad mixture of that game in particular.
Yeah.
Like I said, him being a late bloomer in the sport, late to it. And again, big, strong, physical, everything's going to look like if a guy looks like he gets shot with a shotgun, when Tyler Johnson goes by him, imagine a screen that Manny sets.
Yeah.
And the Bellarmine player. It was aesthetically.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. Communication wise, you just weren't going to see him. Yeah, that's the Manny part of it. And defensively, it's like, his understanding of the game would just make him look. It's just a bad matchup.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, I want to get that one. Okay, so the Mike James situation. Let me ask you this: outside of the 3-point shooting, which Mike James has not really been hitting, compare what Caleb Glenn has been doing and what Mike James has been doing. Mike James is a slasher. Do we call him a slasher?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah, I don't want to disrespect Mike James either.
Because
he brings, he's always on his right rotations. He doesn't screw up a lot.
Oh no, that's what I say. It's not that I don't like Mike. I mean, what Mike's doing, but I mean, for instance, when I look and you say, okay, Caleb Glenn last night in 7 minutes? Caleb Glenn in, I've got it right here, in 12 minutes had 2 points, 7 rebounds. Mm-hmm. Mike in 25 had 10 and 4. So it kind of equals out there, but I'm like, Caleb gave me 700 gosh, 7 in 12 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? And you got 4 in 25 minutes, and you only got 8 more points. I'm like, well, I think Caleb could find. What if I gave Caleb 10? Well, that would be 13 more minutes.
How many would he give up, though?
And that's perfectly fine, too. I'm okay with listening to that, too. So,
but here's the how about this, Steve? Here's the clip from the entire show of positivity. Here's the clip that you can Marcus crushing them,
Yeah.
A lot of this, okay, the Caleb Glenn energy is what's going to allow us to be frustrated with the team. Because if I have somebody on the bench last year, you did not have somebody off the bench that was given the Manny and Caleb Glenn energy.
Yeah.
If you're not going to harness the Caleb Glenn energy, if you're not going to harness the Curtis Williams Jr. energy, right? If you're not going to harness the Manny energy, and we're going to let it, Trey White bad shot, and then let JJ get beat, and this is macro.
Yeah,
the JJ get beat, the Trey White bad shot, the Trey White not call out his man on defense. If you're not going to harness these guys that come in here to play hard, we're just going to be watching inconsistency.
Yeah,
because that's the only way you're going to get urgency on this team is use Caleb, use Tyler, use these guys that are coming here. Like I said, it's not okay. It's not mistakes about not knowing at this point.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody makes mistakes, right? But our issues of not calling out guys back in transition on defense, we all know that's a job. You got to start pulling. You got to start pulling on that call out.
Yes.
Bellamy gets a run out. You got to start pulling. I know that Caleb Glenn is running hard, is chasing back harder. I've watched Curtis Williams Jr. chase back hard. Curtis Williams Jr., you pointed out something to me during the game. Curtis Williams Jr. takes a shot, which use the backboard, son. Jump into the body and use the backboard.
Yeah.
God, how old am I?
Yeah.
Jesus
it's okay.
Christ.
No, it's all right.
Oh, God.
It's okay.
I'm in the radio saying use the backboard, son.
I know. Old Sonny.
Use the backboard, y'all.
Yeah. Might as well give that fight up.
No.
It's a whole different story.
I hold it is, Steve. Y'all are costing yourselves 10 points a game by not just looking for the backboard.
Roll your shorts up. Not on your knees.
Ironically, everybody's rolling their shorts up to get shorter shorts. Hey, Steve, we watched, you pointed out to me, Curtis Williams Jr. falls on the ground. Now listen, the intensity of the way they fall and the way they roll. I mean, you look like turtles sometimes. You look like turtles stuck on your back. Listen, I'm going to call a former players only meeting and we're going to have to say, listen, these guys, the way they fall and the way they roll,
we're good.
The way they fall and roll around, right? It's like, no, if you see him fall and you see him roll extra or take but to Curtis Williams Jr. credit, he got up, he ran, he got his butt down, that shot went up, and he was the one to get the rebound.
Yes,
he went from on the ground on the shot he took to getting the rebound on the other possession.
Yes, he was.
Now, I just want to say that I don't feel like I would have seen that out of Brandon, JJ, or Trey. I would not have seen that. It's like when they fall, they're out. They're done with this play. We're 5-4. Period. Curtis not, Caleb not, Tyler not, Manny not. I will not get the intensity out of my Brandon, JJ, and Trey until I get the discipline of of using those guys. That is my big picture, arms folded. I won't defend you. I will not defend you until I see that one. Because that's, like I said, that's every basketball player on the planet who's played high level Division I is yelling, "Get up! Get him out of here!"
Yeah.
There's an expectation to be removed from a basketball court off those plays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When Brandon slapped at that ball, when he slapped at the ball and then the Bellarmine guy jumps out, Steve, listen, and y'all know I love these kids, right? I'm angry as a fan. I'm angry as a father. I'm angry as a former player, anything. Steve, first of all, you should have grabbed the ball with two hands. You slapped the ball. The Bellarmine player runs.
Yes.
Saves the ball.
That was horrific.
He saved the ball to himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
He saved the basketball to himself, Steve. He had enough time to come back in bounds, look at the ref, make sure his feet were established back in position, and grab the ball. I will not stand for it. Look, I will turn in my badge and say, that cannot happen on my basketball court. Not Freedom Hall, not the KFC, on the road. I don't care. And y'all got to wear black uniforms.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, they looked good. You got that.
But you get my point. Like I said, that's okay. But here's the thing, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my negative going to my positive. When you do that, it's gonna look so much more intense.
Yeah.
The basketball product's gonna look so much more intense. You're gonna be proud when you see Caleb win. You're gonna be proud when you see Caleb force Brandon to have to start playing like the growling Brandon that you saw late in the game.
Yeah.
You could hear Brandon's voice through the TV. You could hear his adult voice.
Absolutely.
Like I said, it's you made this joke. You and I made this joke, or you made this joke. It was a great joke. It was kind of one of those.
Well,
I was talking to you saying, hey, y'all need to remember who y'all are sometimes. Like, Sky, Trey, Brandon, you've convinced a lot of people in this world that y'all are worthy of high praise and high potential.
Yes.
And with some of those guys, I say, I want you to remember that. You've impressed people. These guys you're playing against, they work hard too, but you convince people that you have the potential to be better than all these guys you're playing against, right?
Absolutely.
And you, which was right, you said, or maybe you don't need to remember that praise.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you need to humble yourself a little bit.
Specifically with Brandon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And he looked humbled in those last stretches. Mm-hmm. He looked like he was almost knew he was letting something down. He was letting maybe the coaching staff, maybe the team, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe you saw other guys putting in work and other guys really fighting for this win, and you decided, because listen, here's the thing with Brandon, you go put 7 plays together and you say, hey, Brandon, these were the 7 plays that either led to a point or just frustrated everybody. These are the plays where you were just focused on getting the ball, catching the ball, and putting it in the basket.
Absolutely.
When he used the glass, it was like, okay, Brandon, game on.
Yeah.
But again, I can't. Coach is the coach.
Sure.
But in my expert analysis, you know what I'm saying? You get the feistier Brandon when you snatch him after that first non-hustle play.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. Like that's how you're going to get. And again, the converse of this, Steve, is you and I have lived it together. Why is coach taking him out? He made one mistake. Rick, Rick don't ever let people work through their mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we've lived under both of those coaches The coach is too harsh, too quick with the trigger, and the coach is too, you let him play through it too much.
Yes.
It's like, no, get him off the court now. So I understand there's fine lines and there's balances and there's juggling personalities and juggling lineups and look, and there's what we're going to need later on this season. So I'm going to let him play through that mistake. I understand all those things. But the Brandon, Trey, JJ, it also goes back to the starting lineup. I don't like Brandon and JJ on the court together.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, both of them are too
we don't start
docile.
Games well.
Yeah, right.
Well, so it's like, okay, change it up.
Yeah.
Like, do something.
Yeah, just Trey, Brandon, and JJ.
But, we didn't like Brandon and Dennis either. So it's like, okay, what's the common thread here? It's like you're looking at the big.
Dennis, you got to get that bucket, Dennis.
Yeah, but that was the first functional move I watched him make.
He's got it.
That was a good looking move.
Steve.
And Trey was right. Trey was right. Trey told Trey was right. Trey was right. Trey was right. Trey was right when he told him, don't take an extra dribble.
Right.
You had the bucket, dude. Nobody can block.
In the midday scouting report,
yeah,
I said this is where you get your game right. Mm-hmm. They're not going to block you. They're going to hold their arms up and body you.
Yep.
If you're in near the basket, Steve, this is the game. If you're good enough to get the ball in the paint against Scotty Davenport's Bellarmine teams, that's why I yell about the backboard so much, because you have to finish against guys who don't jump. They're not going to jump. All you have to do is finish strong. Mm-hmm. They bait you in feeling like you're open on three-pointers. So you got to be careful about shooting too many three-pointers, But again, I'm talking about this because we're going to run into this with other teams.
Oh, sure.
A lot of other teams kind of pack line-ish, They're going to bait you into, just shooting those wide, threes that feel a little more wide open than they are.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be taller than most teams. So you're not going to be worried about somebody running out and blocking your three-pointer. So that's why, this team is so us-centric versus, on if we're going to have a good year or not. Okay, that's nerded out. Is there any other lineup conversation that we're supposed to have?
Not really. I think that pretty much covers it, man. Listen, you have an opportunity now.
You have opportunities.
You have an opportunity, man. Sunday, 4:00.
And our staff has an opportunity to motivate each other.
I actually think you're going to get a decent contingent up there too. I've talked to a lot of people that are going to go from Charlotte to Blacksburg. It takes only like $10 to get in there. And I know quite a few people that are going to do that Charlotte game the next day, get up 2.5 hours to Blacksburg, do the Louisville basketball game, back to back. So I think you might actually get a decent contingent in there of Louisville fans. And you got an opportunity, man. Hey, you go in there and win. People will scoot up in their chairs a little bit. Go, okay, all right. Now let's go into Paul. Let's try to get to this Kentucky game with 3 losses. Meaning that's what we have. I don't need to lose 3 more for that. I don't even want to play the game, to be honest with you. Yeah, we need to.
So what do you want to do? You want to take our last break and then come back with some football talk?
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
Lincoln Riley. What are our chances? Quick commercial break, 939 The Ville. I said Lincoln Riley. I didn't mean to say Lincoln Riley. I meant to say
Lincoln Riley.
Who am I thinking?
Riley Leonard.
Riley Leonard. Sorry. Gosh darn it.
People are going to be like, wait a minute. Jeff Brom going somewhere? Oh, no.
Lincoln Riley.
Yep. You just made half the city think Jeff Brown's leaving.
Yeah, and then I just had to block somebody on the YouTube.
For what?
Hey, I can see why you love Kenny Payne so much. It's one common denominator.
Yeah.
Right.
Something happened there that I asked my girl. That was a close game, though. You guys covered. I thought I didn't. It was more than I thought we were going to get.
What was the spread?
5.5.
Really? That's that. These referees manipulated. What's that? Oh yeah. She's doing. She's got to go through that treatment stuff. They said they could treat it, but it's just so she's in good headspace. Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate it though, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, sure. She starts next week. Yeah, I cannot know where she was. Yeah, I do appreciate it, man. Thank you. You want to
What we doing?
Volleyball.
Volleyball?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. You want to do some volleyball breakdown?
Are you up on it?
You want to do starting lineups?
I can do it. Let's let Chase handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just get out of here. Really? How about that? So see? Yeah, so you were good. What's her name? Okay. There we go. We're going to do the last 30 minutes on Elena Scott.
Oh. 964 today. Want to pass along a message? The road to Tampa starts in the Yum Center. 7 p.m. Carnation. Women's volleyball. Make it happen. Alex, give us your quickest, best volleyball breakdown. I called you Alex. Alex is on the line. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I meant Chase. That was terrible.
That was terrible coverage.
Right,
You're supposed to fake it better than that. You were supposed to give us. You were supposed to give us your individual, personal, quick story.
You were supposed to be like, I mean, they're going to be bumping and setting and spiking.
Look. I think we have an advantage at the libero spot in tonight's game, and fake it.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah.
Alex, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away. Oh, I screwed that up. I'm sorry, I screwed that up. Not like this.
Let's do it, man. Every day of my life, Alex, every second of my life, I live for the transfer portal right now. That's all I care about. It consumes me. Riley Leonard, by the way.
Sorry, I said Lincoln Riley, people. I'm sorry.
Marcus looked at me so confident. He said, going off the air, he said, Lincoln Riley, do we have a shot? I looked at him, and I was like, you just made everybody in the city think.
I screwed that up. Sorry, people.
Thank you, Alex. Good for you. It's nice to just meet somebody. It's like,
I know what you mean.
I mean, I knew what you meant. I'm out. Said Lincoln Riley, stupid. Well, Alex, I said that every game. No, I said I did that every game. Every game, I was like, I mean, if I had that guy, I would dominate. But yes. But TVD, let's talk TVD. I like it. Yeah.
Appreciate the call. We do that in basketball, Steve.
Yeah.
Coach Crum used to do it. Like, we playing Coppin State and guys, that there's always one power forward, look like Caleb Glenn.
Yes.
And Coach Crum is like, go get me one of those.
Like, okay.
Coach. Yes, he has 16 rebounds. We're up 40. It doesn't matter.
Good for him.
It doesn't matter. It's just coaches and fans want somebody from every other team. There's always some goofy 7-footer like, he should be on our team.
Some silly butt.
Some silly butt.
I would care. I don't want that kid.
He'd love him, Chase. He'd love him.
I would hate him. I'd hate him. that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Listen, everybody would. Listen, that Tyler Johnson flop, that one was like, that one, when Steve said he threw himself.
Yeah, that was disgusting, dude. I mean, it was like, I was literally like, I don't care. I was like, the game is being disrespected right now. The game of basketball is being disrespected by what this kid's doing.
The game of basketball, of college basketball, is being disrespected by how it's being played now, Steve.
Well, that's fair too.
Yeah, because here's the problem, everybody. We all kind of we're all having to remotely let go of a lot of things we know, a lot of fundamentals that we've known for 40 years. It's like everything is so professional bound now that these pick and roll, like,
sure,
Steve, your eyeballs will never get comfortable with you seeing a guy get to the basket and just kicking it out and then just swinging it around 3-pointer again. Your eyes will never be comfortable with that.
Okay. No, I agree.
If I have a 6'3" and up guy around the basket, I expect him to be finishing. I expect him to be either dunking or getting an and one. I watched Trey White. Listen, on the best played possession of the season, I watched Trey White turn the corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting up because I see Trey White getting ready to, go get a bucket.
Wait a minute, now are you talking about
the great, the JJ dunk. Yeah. When he turns the corner, though, Steve, the OG in me sees you beat your man. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to hop step in the paint and get a bucket. And then I see that ball get whipped over to the side, and they're moving it around, and I'm like, okay, that's great. But it's like, that's not what we've been watching for years and years and years. Right. So it's like, okay, well, I got to get used to this new basketball. But my point to this, people, is this is not Louisville centric. Go watch the Arkansas Duke game. Go watch these other teams play. Listen, Louisville fan, if you've watched our games, you've watched the offense of 90 to 95% of the offenses in the country.
Yes.
And it all looks the same. It all looks the exact same. Players, pick and roll. That's not nice. That's not nice.
I mean, don't look. I could go up and show you these texts from past. Don't waste your time with that.
I was gonna say, I'll block it. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till you leave, Steve, so you don't have any culpability to that one. ZZZ guy, if Steve leaves this room before if Steve Rummage leaves this room before I get my materials packed up, I'm gonna block you. So
you're probably done texting the show, my man.
Yeah, so I'm just letting you know that I hope you got your money's worth that way. Listen, somebody put ZZZZZ, and then I looked up a couple of texts before, and they put ZZZZZ or whatever, and they look like they text a lot, and it's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna let you be mean like that to me. She can't do it like that. But if I get packed up and get it out of here and Steve's here, because I don't want Steve to be a co-defendant on this one. I just want Steve to be like, I don't know. Yeah. Somebody did it.
That's fair.
Okay. Where we at on the football vibe?
I'm feeling good, man.
Getting closer?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm feeling good. It's I mean we'll
I haven't got any shut it down
for that guy, for the love of God. Tomorrow we'll probably talk all football. You know. Oh, please block me. Or is that what you said? Please. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And you're gone. That was easy. Say it.
No.
Yeah. Okay. See you.
Listen, I haven't heard any reports. I haven't heard any distractions.
No.
I haven't heard any, locker room material.
No.
It's just been the perfect, quiet. We're at Thursday, Steve.
Like I said, if anything, it's just me getting nervous that too many people like us.
With Vegas, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, is it Vegas or the public?
Vegas, I mean, the spread is down. The spread is down to what, 2.5 right now? I mean, that's like, okay, what happened? I mean, is that Jeff Brom?
Jeff Brom element of championship upset kind of.
We should make a coffee table. This is hilarious. Says you guys should make a coffee table book of these texts. How funny is that? How funny is that? A coffee table. Just mean text.
Yeah. Or the celebrities that just read the meanest text.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, listen, man, Saturday night's going to be fun. You're going to get to watch that Washington-Oregon game, which is basically a playoff.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you win, you're in.
Yeah, I mean, and then go on. And Saturday, man, I mean, we're going to get Texas, Oklahoma State. You're going to get Bama, Georgia, and then us and Florida State that night. I mean,
the only big game in the weekend is Louisville, Florida State. The whole world.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is
on edge.
We were talking this morning, and I was telling Charity, I said, well, because we were talking about Christmas gifts and just different things, and I was like, well, I'm going,
Still November.
Well, I mean, yeah, well, you got 2 kids, and they want, you have to, you're like $2,000 Christmas, it's like, yeah, okay. So, but you're like, okay, here's what we were. I said, Elijah, why don't you just get him said this, and go work with the Orange Bowl, because I mean, I'm going, and she was like, well, we need to look at the money and make sure that we can do that. And I'm like, oh no, I was like, hang on. No, you do know. I'm going to the Orange Bowl, right? Like, I was like, hang on.
With or without you.
Yeah. I was like, time out. Now, it's not about because you're saying it like the Orange Bowl might not even be possible. I'm like, no, I'm going to the Orange Bowl. Like,
say how much fun I have is kind of budget friendly.
Yeah, might be okay.
Like, the hotel accommodations.
Maybe we can't afford to do the whole week. Maybe
the Econo Lodge versus.
Yeah, maybe I fly down and we just fly down and we do a night or two, and then fly back. But regardless, I'm going to the Orange Bowl. I'm like, and I sell that whole story because I told her, and this come out of my mouth, and I was like, but I think it's true. I said, it's probably the biggest football game in Louisville football history. And I kind of stopped, and I'm like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, it might be. Especially if you won against Florida State.
Yeah.
You're going to be top 10 playing a top 10 Ohio State team, most likely. Unless Florida State and Texas both lose, and then Ohio State will be in the playoff.
And Jeff Brom has faced this coach before.
Yeah, and beat him. Or did he beat Urban Meyer?
No, he beat this coach.
Was it Ryan Day?
Last year before last.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He has to come. I was talking about the game where they blew him out, though.
He has the coaching advantage on Ohio State.
I like it. And Marvin Harrison probably won't play.
I thought you wanted him at full strength.
Well, I do.
Don't turn into that guy now. I hope he didn't play.
But I mean, if he don't win, I'm not going to be like, ooh. Don't count.
Listen, Chance, go ahead and play us out. Appreciate you hanging in for joining us today or keeping everything on track.
Yeah, it was fun, man.